Okay, hear me out on this one. Something I do almost every year now, just because it's the middle of summer, going right from June into July, and this being Texas, it's not only extremely hot, but extremely humid, and I just like to watch a few Christmas movies just to help me cool off or, feel a little cooler than it actually is, sort of trick the mind. And I know everyone has their own thing to do in the summer. Some people cool off by going swimming or, up north to the mountains where it's cooler, wherever. But where I am, I can just watch Christmas movies rather than turn the AC down. And not only that, also because it's hot and humid outside, people are just miserable in general. Well, personally, I think, watching a couple Christmas movies just in the mid-year helps feel a little better, helps us remember the good times, maybe, if you're like me and you like Christmas. I mean, I'm a little obsessed with Christmas lights, but that's a whole nother video there. Last week, I really didn't have any set series or movies in mind. It was just something Christmassy, something to, make me remember this, like, okay, we're halfway there to the real Christmas. And so throughout the day, and you can spread this out over a couple days if you want. I just did it one day. So first, I started off the morning by watching the original Miracle on 34th Street and the black and white version, how it's supposed to be, not the colorized version. Not that I mind the colorized version. It is what it is. I didn't have a problem with it. I just, prefer the black and white version. And that's one of the more popular, really nice Christmas movies, because not only is it, it's got Santa Claus and the young Natalie Wood, and of course the amazing Irish Maureen O'Hara. Like I said, not only about Santa Claus, but also, it got a little bit of that courtroom drama towards the end, and it was fun. It's lighthearted. And I will say, when I got older and watched it again, something stuck out of me. That guy in the mailroom, I was like, he looks really familiar. And when I looked it up, I was like, that's Jack Albertson. Some of you may know him as Grandpa Joe from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, but he was in tons of things. Great character actor of that time in the 40s and 50s. I remember seeing him in a couple of Red Skelton episodes too. That's just the black and white fan in me. Oh yeah, after that, I put in the 2009 Robert Zemeckis version of A Christmas Carol, which I'm not really sure why that got mixed reviews and mixed feedback from people. Some people just didn't like the CGI of it. I thought it really captured the spirit of things, and I thought Jim Carrey and Gary Oldman, Carrie Elwes, everyone just did a fantastic job. Seeing Jim Carrey, of course, being able to play so many different characters with so many different regional dialects, was like, he is really good. He's not just the rubber man. And of course, I wasn't surprised to see Gary Oldman playing Jacob Marley, but to see him play such a sweet guy like Bob Cratchit and the facial animations for Tiny Tim, like, he's just that good. And yeah, there's a couple of bits which I just figured when it came out, I was like, okay, this long drawn out horse chase scene, well, the horses were cool. Like, okay, that's for the kids. Get them excited for things. But like, I thought it was just so heartbreaking during the whole Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come, and the bit in the clock tower where the shadow of death slowly forms. Like, ooh, that got to me a little. Like, that is actually kind of scary, and which is what the story is, A Christmas Carol. It's a ghost story. You got to have a little bit of that scary element in it. And I thought they did a good job. And deviating a little from this, I'm curious, if you could be so kind as to leave a comment down below, chime in, which version of A Christmas Carol is your favorite? I am partial, like I said, to the Jim Carrey version, but also I really like the Albert Finney version, which kind of a musical, and it's the landscape and the imagery is kind of bleak, but you got to remember when it came out. But maybe I'm a little bit biased because I kind of grew up with that version as well as the the Disney animated Scrooge McDuck version. But that one was just short and sweet and cut out so many details. I haven't seen the George C. Scott version. I've heard mixed things about that. But the only version that I actually didn't like, and forgive me for saying this, was the Patrick Stewart version of A Christmas Carol, where he played Scrooge. And it didn't really feel like much of characterization for that one, because even after he changed from cranky to good-natured, he still kind of seemed that, that usual Patrick Stewart intensity. Even that moment of him singing in the church and that camera gets into a close-up on him, like, he doesn't seem too happy still. But that was just me. After that, I almost popped in the Charlie Brown Christmas, but I thought, nope, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I don't want to burn myself out before the season rolls around. So instead, put in another popular film and great for the memories that many of us grew up with, Home Alone. Only the first one. As kids, when we see it, we all wanted to run around the house and tear things up, and everything he got to do is like we wanted to do that. And of course, that one has a lot of heart in it too, especially with Catherine O'Hara and her scenes with John Candy, which it was really fun to find out that John Candy was the only person allowed to improvise on the set. And in his scene, he did a great job of it, giving Chris Columbus many different optional takes to choose from. I thought, that's pretty cool for an actor to give a director that solidly. And lastly, just a personal favorite, only because I grew up with it. I don't know if many or any people out there have seen Ernest Saves Christmas. I didn't realize how great of an actor Jim Varney really was. But it had a simple plot, simple characters, and it was just, it was just nice. And from then on, I was always curious as to what, character within the character that Ernest would transform into. It helps during the middle of the year. Just put in something that it feels good, it's fun to watch, helps you feel a little bit cooler, not mind the heat and humidity so much. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. But I like the aesthetic too, so I figured, why not? And that may change next year, what I put on. Who knows? The point is, go through all the Christmas movies when the season rolls around. Even if just to have them playing in the background, it's fine, because you got to set the mood for things. So, it's a short and sweet for this week, just simple stuff. So like I said, leave a comment down below if you put on some Christmas movies or movies to help you not think about the heat so much in the summer, and which version of Christmas Carol may be your favorite. Just let me know. Let's start a conversation. And if you feel so inclined to, hit the like button and the subscribe button maybe. And thank you very much for watching. So y'all be excellent, and I'll see y'all in the next one.
Wow.